Hello,
Hello.
Archer. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine today. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you.
How's your s-
Hello.
how's your Sunday morning?
Sunday morning is okay, but also I hope I can sleep until 11 o'clock maybe.
Oh, last night?
Well, but it doesn't matter. We should have the class first. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I had two classes already today, so yeah, I had to get up early as well.
But it doesn't matter. I think that is also okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what's that?
I think the time is also okay for me. For 10 o'clock or 10:30 on Sunday morning. I think that is also okay. No problem. Because maybe right now I only have Sunday, only one day I can relax.
Hmm.
From Monday to Saturday, I have to do a lot of work. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Sunday's your day off. You get to actually
Yeah.
be lazy and
Only one day.
relax. Okay, that's good. Well, at least you got one day, so that's at least you got that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I sent you the materials for today's lesson,
Yes, I
and
have started.
yeah, fantastic. And yeah, so today's topic is networking. And have you ever been to a networking event?
And the working even at first I'd like to make sure about the word networking. I wonder whether this word is just about the interpersonal relationship or say the interpersonal connections or something related with internet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, it is interpersonal. It is so networking events are, for instance, let's say we're both business owners and we go to a conference and for business owners, and then there we try to make connections with other business people, and so we can get
Okay.
more business in the future. And so those are networking events. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. It is actually not something with internet, all right, or
No.
net.
Nope. Nope.
Yes, I see. Yeah. Okay, I see right now. Thank you.
Yeah. Have you ever been
Mm.
to an event like that?
Um. Yes, but that's not for business. Just about my work. A lot of the people, my leaders, and my how to say that? My colleagues. Yes, my
Mhm.
colleagues, my leaders, and some of my friends in the teaching circle. I don't know how can I use this word. Is that correct or not? The teaching circle,
Sure.
or say
Sure.
that? Yes,
Yeah, you can say
really.
that. Yeah, you can say that. Absolutely.
Yes, because all of us are teachers, but we are from different schools in Guiyang City. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that would be a
Okay.
networking. Yeah, that would be networking for sure. Networking can even be like social, like just like socializing and networking on not a business or a professional level, but more socially, just to get to know more people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got together and held a party.
Hmm.
Yes. And just in the end of last year, yeah, we
Hmm.
hold that party and a lot of the teachers in Guiyang and city, but all the teachers are from the junior high school. Yeah,
Hmm.
we got together. Yes,
Hmm.
we got together there and shared our teaching experience.
Hmm.
Yes, so we can know more people. Yes, in the circle.
Yeah, that's good, and that way you can learn. You learn from your peer group. Yeah. So, do you have the PDF file open?
Yes, okay, I got
Okay,
it.
perfect. So let's go to the second slide, to the warm up. So let's imagine we're both at a networking event, and how would you start a conversation at an event like that with a stranger?
Oh yeah. I think Maybe I will say, how do you do? Is that
Yeah,
okay? How do you do?
absolutely. Yeah, you can absolutely ask that. How are you? And what else could you ask them?
Yes, and maybe I will say, where do you work? Or say, where do you work? Or say, mm, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what do you do? Where do you work? Or
Mm-hmm.
what do you do? And anything else? Maybe. Oh, what's your name? If I should change, I should ask. I think maybe I should say, how do you do? What's your name? So nice to meet you. Where do you work? What do you do? And maybe uh, also not only about our occupations, but also maybe can talk about something about our families or our friends. For example, maybe I will ask, oh, wow, you work at a school? Well, I know somebody in your school as well. So,
Mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, look for commonalities maybe. Maybe they're from the same city or yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, you can lead with that. How are you? And then maybe even how do you like this event? Have you ever been here before? Stuff like that. Yeah. Perfect.
and
Yep.
yeah, I still want to ask you, because in China, we usually tell our students that if you meet some strangers, or say the person you meet for the first time, you must say, how do you do? And answer, how do you do? But you should say, nice to meet you. Is
Mm.
that
Um, so are you asking if it's normal to ask how do you do or what's the question?
yeah, how do you do? And nice to meet you. Just for the strangers or say the person you first time meet.
Hmm. Like in the West or in the US?
Yes, maybe in the US, in the Western countries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How are you is pretty much yeah like a standard opening line, and
Uh,
yeah, how are you, and then yeah, nice to meet you. You usually would say nice to meet you after they introduce themselves or after you introduce yourself. So if
oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah, so be like, hey, I'm Artur. What's your name? And then and then you would say, hey, I'm Katie, and and then I would say, nice to meet you.
Oh, I see that. Nice to meet you. Yes. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. No worries. So let's go to the next slide. So here we can do a little role play, and so let's pretend. I mean, we don't have to pretend we're both teachers. So let's say we're at a teaching conference somewhere in New York. Let's say we both flew to New York, and now we're at this teaching conference, and we're standing next to each other. So I'm gonna start, and then we can both ask the same questions to each other, and you just answer about your job and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be like, hey, what do you do?
Oh, well, I'm a teacher in China.
Oh, nice. And what do you teach?
I teach English subject.
Oh, okay. And how long have you been teaching?
I have been teaching in this city for totally 4 years.
Oh, okay. Very nice. And so, what company do you work at?
There is not a company, just a school, Guiyang number 7 leader school.
Oh, do you like working for them?
Oh, yes, very much. Because I really like the feeling of standing on the platform and sharing my knowledge with.
Good. Sorry, the audio was cutting out a little bit.
What?
The
Pardon?
the connection was, I think, I missed a little bit of what you said. So you said you like sharing your knowledge. That's the last thing I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why we I feel like that's why we become teachers, because we're always very curious for knowledge. And so tell me, what is the normal day like in your job, like from the morning to the time you leave the building?
Wow, that's really a long time for us to do that because I am the head teacher in the school, and also I am working for the junior three, or say the third year junior high school students, and they will graduate soon and join the senior high school entrance examination. That is really a very significant examination for all the students. If they can pass it, they will go to the high school, the senior high school, to further their education. If they cannot pass the exam, or say they just lose the exam, maybe they will have no chance to go to the senior high school, or say even the college or the university one day. So we work very hard together every day, totally from totally 11 hours. I
Oh,
have to spend in the school from 7:10 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening. Yes,
oh,
7 p.m. and then
that's
leave the school. When I got home, that is actually nearly 8 p.m.
oh wow, that's every day. So 6 days a week.
Yes, no, and that is from Monday to Friday. And Saturday, I will just spend a few hours to get together with my students and maybe to accompany them to walk in the that is the sports field. Yes, we will have a yes, occupied 50 points. So they have to get the whole points. Otherwise, they will lose the whole exam.
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm having a little trouble at the very end of hearing you. Is your microphone close to you, or
Okay, okay, I see. Maybe
yeah?
I will try to say it one more time. I mean that on Saturday, I will accompany all my students to go to the sports field and receive a training,
Ah.
especially for jumping and running, because just the next month they will have a PE test.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and this kind of PE test will totally occupy 50 points in their final exam.
Oh.
So that's quite important and uh, affect will directly affect whether they can go to the senior high school. So the PE test is also very important. Not only me, but also the PE teacher. The teacher from our class will go to the sports field with me and help our students to get a training.
Oh. And so, do you teach PE, or do you just do you stay with your students just because you want to,
Um,
or?
no, I don't teach PE, but actually, honestly, every head teacher in our school must know how to teach PE.
Oh wow. Okay. That's good. Yeah.
Because yeah, because we should to be the assistant of the PE class teachers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think physical education is very important for young children. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here it's like a good thing to remember if you're in networking events, or if even if you're getting to know a person, it's always best to ask open-ended questions, because then you can they can expand a lot more, and they have to tell you more about themselves. Because if for so if I ask you, do you like your job? And then you can say yes or no, or you know, like if I ask you yes and no questions. But if I ask you what do you like about your job, for instance, then you can expand, and so it gives you more room to explain yourself, and and it gives me an opportunity to get to know you as well. So yeah, that's just one thing that's a really helpful reminder of and I do that even when I'm teaching or when I'm getting to know people. I always think of questions that are open-ended.
Okay, thank you for
Yeah,
your suggestions. Yeah.
yeah.
And also, I wonder, what do you do in the city? Which city in um, Vietnam?
Um, the city that I'm in right now.
Yes, you're
Oh,
working right.
yes, yes. I work online.
You work online.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. I work online exclusively. So yeah.
yes. And where are you from? America?
I'm Canadian. Half Canadian and half Polish. So I grew up.
Oh, Canadian.
Yeah, I grew up a little bit in Europe, in Austria, and then I moved to Canada.
Oh, so I know maybe some of the teachers from England or from America or from Canada, maybe to do some volunteer works in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and maybe the first time I just thought, are you a volunteer in Vietnam? Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, no, not volunteering. No, as a teacher. No. I was interested in doing that. But then I found a job online, so yeah, I've been kind of and I haven't heard back from the volunteer position,
Mhm.
so I think yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see that. That
Yeah.
is also a very good job because you can help a lot of people like me, yes, to learn more about the pure English. Yeah, maybe I can say that is the native speaking, all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Learn more. Yeah.
I think
So
yeah, I
thank
think it
you.
would be a great experience. Yeah, maybe I can do that still in the future. I mean, yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next slide.
Okay.
All right,
Mm.
so we're at this event, and it's in New York City, and so then we got to know each other a little bit, and then now we can talk about the event. So let me ask you, what do you think about the food here?
The food here in my city, all right?
Yeah, I mean it's more like a role play that we're doing,
Oh,
but you know what? You know what? Actually, yes. Let's do that. Let's say the event is in your city and I'm visiting, and you are local. So I'll ask you. So what do you think about the food in the city?
oh yeah, I'm sorry because I've never been to New York, so I'm not quite familiar with that city.
Fair, yeah, fair enough, fair enough, yeah. So let's do your city, yeah.
Okay. The food here, I think that they are a little bit spicy. Yes.
Okay.
And when people do dishes, no, when people cook, we usually put a lot of the peppers. Not only the peppers, but also the chilies. Yes. And sometimes the chilies and the chili powder, or sometimes, and maybe I can say that is called the Chinese pepper, which can make your lips long. Yeah,
Mhm.
do you know that kind of thing? That is very small balls, and so when you put them into your mouth, it will make your tongue and the lips numb.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
And in Chinese, we say that kind of food is 花椒, a
Uh-huh.
kind of seasoning, a kind of seasoning.
Oh,
We local people usually put that, yes, this kind of seasonings powder into the soup or into the dishes. Yes.
oh, and it makes your tongue go numb.
Yes,
Oh,
but
wow.
that is really delicious for us.
Oh, so you like spicy food. I like spicy food too.
Oh, yes.
But not spicy where my face is numb. Not that spicy. Okay, and so, what is one thing that you will take away from this event? So
uh,
yeah, you have to imagine that we've just saw like, talks, and we talked about the school system and the education system, and just anything you can come up with. Like, what is one thing that you'd want to take away from a conference?
um, I think, one thing is that I can take away here. I should make it sure is that does that mean what can I learn?
Yes,
What can I get?
yes.
Oh yes, and so maybe I can say, uh, maybe from the education system, or say from the friends in this circle, I can learn how to teach the students well, or say teach my students better. Because when we share our teaching experience, um, I can hear their voice. I can hear their voice, and I can know about their personal experience about the teaching, so that there is a good way for me to fulfill my mind and to get more information about the teaching. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so that I think that is really helpful. Yes.
Yes, very good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one thing that I would want to take away from a teachers conference as well. New perspectives, how to, maybe new
Oh yeah.
techniques, how to implement, or like how to influence your students, and how to like get better at getting them to understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Wow, that's really a good expression about the new perspectives. All right. Good.
Yeah, new perspectives. Yeah.
Yeah, I should keep that in my mind always.
Uh,
Yes, that
uh,
is a good word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's true. Yeah, it's always when you meet new people, you get new perspectives. Yeah. Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
So yeah, let's skip the last question. So let's go to the next slide here. Um,
Okay. Okay.
so here, what is your take on climate change?
Climate change. Um, let me think about that. The climate change, I see that. But could you ask me the question one more time? Yeah.
What is your opinion on climate change?
Oh, I think climate change is also okay for me because I can adapt adapt to every different kind of environment quickly. And it doesn't matter because every day when I leave my home, I will take an umbrella. If it is raining, I can use it. If it is a sunny, I also can use it. So it doesn't matter. As we, yes, and as well as the, how can I say, there is the sunburn. There is a kind of the cream which can help me to to anti the sunburn.
Mm,
How can I say that a
uh,
kind of,
sunblock.
yeah, or sunblock? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
Oh,
good. So in this case, there was a good answer. In this case, have you heard of climate change? It's like a political or like a geopolitical topic, and it means that
oh, yeah, I see.
yeah, that the humanity is influencing the way the planet, the temperature of
Oh,
the planet.
oh, I see that. Maybe you're talking about there is geographical, right?
Yeah,
Yes, I see. Climate change is something related with the carbon dioxide.
yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
when it rises, and maybe the level of the sea will rises.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and it will put all the people, all the cities into danger. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that is really terrible. So we must pay more attention to the environmental protection. Yeah, and try our best to reduce the carbon dioxide every year.
Yeah, you think
Yeah.
it's
So,
important? You think it's
mhm.
important that companies take responsibility for that?
Yes, I think some of the companies must take responsibility for that because maybe sometimes we can reduce the usage of the air conditioner. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Definitely.
sometimes we can try our best to take the public transportation instead of the private cars riding. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, and then not use as much fuel. Yeah.
Oh, yes, the fuel. And sometimes we can use some new energy, such as the how to say the energy from the sun.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Like, yeah.
Mm?
Um, perfect.
Solar. All right, solar energy. Is that correct?
Solar energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of energy that we can that is renewable, like wind and solar power, and then like water, rivers and stuff like that, and that we don't have to, burn so much coal and like
Mhm.
exploit, the natural resources of countries. But it's
Yes.
a difficult topic, of course. If we could change it easily, we would have changed it. But it's a very
Yes,
big thing.
maybe we can't easily change the
Yeah.
situation, but maybe we can start from doing some small things. Personally, just personally doing that. All right.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, great. So let's move on to the next one, and let's skip this slide because we've talked about most of this, and we're getting a little short on time here. So let's skip this slide and go to the next one, the comprehension part. And
Okay.
so here, based on proper grammar, just choose the correct answer for each sentence.
Okay. And the first one, why were they arguing? Arguing. Can I say? And I want to choose B. Okay,
Yes.
A or B here.
S- So, if you had to form a sentence, how would that sound? Why were they arguing?
They are arguing. They are arguing because uh, they are arguing on money.
So, in this case, you would not say because, just because of the answers that were given here. It would be in this case, it would be they were arguing about money.
Oh, they are arguing about money.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In can I say the word extinction? Or in Chinese we say there's called 直觉. Uh, maybe extinction or other word. The first time feeling about the answer.
Oh, an instinct.
Oh, instinct. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. So your instinct was right. Yeah.
Instinct, I will choose B.
Oh
And
yeah.
think twice, I will think A is also okay, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
Yeah, instinct is often right.
Okay, thank you. And
Okay.
for the second question, um, I will choose the letter D. How much chips are there? All right.
So in this case, it will be how many chips are there?
How many?
Yes.
Oh, chips is a countable long, all right? So chip is the singular form.
Y-
Is the chip is the uh, singular form, and the chips are the plural form. All right.
Yeah.
Your daughter is C.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear. Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah, chip, and then yeah, chips is the plural.
Oh, I see. So I should use letter A. Okay, I see that. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And for the third one, they blamed me for losing the game. Choose the letter C.
Very good.
Blame somebody for doing something. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Letter number 4. He stopped me from leaving. I choose letter B.
Very
Okay.
good.
Yeah. And the fifth one, we laughed at the joke. Laugh at. All right.
Yes, yes.
Yes, letter D, the fourth one. All right. And the last one, this apple is better than that apple. I choose letter C.
Very good. Fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so here on the last page, we're just gonna discuss one topic real quick, and so that is a question that I came up with. And what is the most important thing we should teach our children?
I think before start before we start teaching them how to learn knowledge, I think the most important thing is that we must teach our students to be a good person, to be a good yes, a good person, a good citizen. Yes, they should have a great mind to face different kind of difficulties. Yes, and also they should be kind-hearted, and warm-hearted to help others. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So you think kindness and empathy?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, very good. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really important. Yes, and they should also know how to respect their teachers, their parents, and their classmates here, so that they can how to say that maybe they can be great
Mhm.
a great class,
Yeah,
because they can work together, study together, and help each other, so that they can feel more love from the group, from the class.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's important for kids to know how to be part of a group and like part of a team.
Yeah.
I think so
Yes.
too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe in that. All the things that you said as well, and I think things like self-discipline are also important
Yes.
to make them understand that you have to follow through on what you're doing. And also, I think a really important thing is to teach kids to believe in themselves, to really
Yes.
encourage them from when they're young instead of criticizing them. And so then when they grow up and they face difficulties in life, they're programmed already to believe in themselves and that they can overcome certain troubles when they're
Yes.
older. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, great. That's a good way to end our lesson today, I think.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. This has been
Thank
great.
you.
And
And I also really appreciate your expressions, because that is much authentic, all right? And
yeah,
also ideas can get me and affect me. Okay, thank you.
yeah, thank you. It was a good lesson, and yeah, we had some good discussions. So I think that's very good that you always try to make a point and give your own opinion. I think that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and here one more question is that I want to know that from the discussion part here, and the second question, discuss a general topic with your teacher. I'm not very sure what does that mean here. A general topic.
A ge-
General topic here.
a general topic. So I chose to ask this question. That was my idea. But it was so basically it would be anything that either you or I come up with. So we could talk about a general topic would be like education, or food, or travel, or old age, or careers. So just general topics. They're very, very broad.
Oh, I see. General topic. It refers to a very broad topic.
Yeah.
Anything, yes, we want to choose to talk about. All right.
Yeah,
Oh.
like politics, or something like that. But I just found that often with general topics there's a lot of talking before you get to something really interesting. So I decided to ask that question instead. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can choose one topic which is close to us. All right. Yes, I see.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you a very happy Sunday.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, and the same to you.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
your weekend. Okay.
I will. Thank you. Okay. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Goodbye.
See you.
See you.